I'm canceling disease. Hey everyone, my name is Paul, and this is Frightkindle Behind the Scenes. Today I'm going to tell you why I cancelled Disease, my previous game. I'm also going to talk about my games a week, and last but not least I'm going to show the progress on my new game I'm working on. Okay, so why did I cancel Disease? There's a few problems I encountered while making the game. One is that I'm using copyrighted stuff, so I can't really release it, and I want to earn money from my games. I decided to put it, at first let's put it on the back burner, and maybe if I have a great idea I can pick it back up and develop it again. But as of right now, I decided to just put it on the back burner, put it on the top shelf. Maybe ever I'm going to develop it again. The second thing is that for most games I have a clear gameplay loop, what the player is going to do. And for Disease I just didn't have that. There wasn't a clear thing the player could do. I had this vague idea that you can go to clarity or be overrun by the disease, but I don't know, it didn't really feel like a complete game yet, and I just couldn't figure out what it was missing. Some people gave me great ideas, but I don't know, it didn't really felt like a complete game yet. So, and after, if that's the case, after a month I just gave up, and not really give up, but I just decided to put it on the back burner. So for now, Disease is gone, and I'm working on other games. Also, while I was working on Disease, it was really fun, but you know when you listen to a song a lot, you don't like it as much anymore because you overhear it so much. Well, that was happening with this song too, and it was one of my favorite songs, so it really sucks when that happens to one of your favorite songs. So I just also stopped working on the game. For now, I want to release a game very quickly, so I went back to one of my Game a Week games, and because I already had the prototype laying there, I just needed to add a few things to finish it, and so I can upload it and people can play it. So yeah, talking about Games a Week, let me show what Game a Week games I made. Okay, so this is my itch.io page. You can find all the games I quite recently made on this website. First of all, Shuriken, my released game on iOS and Android. So yeah, but also my 5 Game a Week games. And I thought maybe it's fun to just look at all of them and just show you what I made and what my crazy ideas are. So the first was First Person Shouter. Wasn't really the best name, but I suck at naming things, if you didn't catch that already. But the thing is, I'll leave a link in the description below so you can play it for yourself. But the thing is that I was at the time watching a lot of police TV programs, like the State Troopers from Alaska TV show and all those kinds of things. And I was really intrigued by the body cam and also how they approach suspects or other people and stuff. So I was thinking, not every cop just automatically start shooting, like in most games they do. But first they shout at the suspect to do certain things and stuff. So that was what I'm trying to make with this game. It's been a while since I played this game, but I made this using Ultimate FPS, so that's why the hand and the gun is so nice and everything else looks crap. So in the center of the screen there's verbal and lethal. You can switch with F between verbal and lethal. And with E and Q you can raise and lower the intensity of your verbal actions. So if you shoot while it's on verbal, it will just say random things. If you increase the intensity, it will shout it louder or use some swear words. But it also, if you press anywhere that's not a specific target, it will say random stuff like do it now and UTCPD and show yourself, stuff like that. But if you do it on the target, it tells specific to that target what he or she needs to do. So this is like show your hands, or I think the only thing is show your hands. Yeah. If you do it a little bit louder, it's show your hands with an exclamation point, and otherwise it's show your effing hands now. That's what I came up with. And then if he or she doesn't listen, you can switch with F to lethal, and you can shoot the crap out of them. So that was the small thing I came up with, which I thought was pretty interesting. The second game I came up with was 100-meter finger sprint. The thing is that you cannot play it in the browser because it's a mobile game, but I made a small gameplay trailer thingy for it. So yeah, you use your fingers like that to run on your phone. And I thought it was a pretty fun way to... I like to make games where the hands or the player itself, the human playing the game, is actually the player of the game. The same with Shuriken. Your finger is on the screen, and when your finger is hit, there's blood on the screen because the Shuriken, the ninja star, hit your finger. Same with this. Your fingers are the feet of the runner in this case. So I really like games like that. I really like games like that where you explore that kind of things. The next game was years ago. I talked with a classmate of mine about a rocket game where you control boosters on either side of the rocket. So you press I think it's F and J. So if you press F and J at the same time, you go up, and if you do one, you rotate, but also move up a little. So it's like this. It's not really a super nice prototype, but it works. And I just wanted to test out how this should work. So yeah, that was my third game week. My fourth was try a more narrative kind of game. Basically, you're in a car. Again, really bare bones, but this should represent the hood of your car. And with WAND, you can, at every crossroad, you can choose a path you would take. So let's go left for this one. And with as you can brake, so you can look around and examine what's happening. We're moving to the next crossroads. And the thing with this is I wanted to do really creepy stuff with this because it's a really rural area. And I wanted to weird stuff happen. It is a guy with a tent. Let's go over there. This is more like an explorer game where you don't really have all the control you would want. What the hell's happening here? Is this the end? Oh, whoa! Visual bugs galore. This is basically the game. I just wanted to create the system that should allow this to work. And the last one was kind of cool because it also aligned with 7-day FPS, but I was really late to the party because I had work that week, so I couldn't really do the complete week. The gameplay loop, which ended up in the game, isn't really how I would imagine it to be, but the mechanic I think is pretty cool. Took me a little while to figure out how to do it. I'm quite proud of how this works. So you have two guns with lasers, and if you scroll, you put your guns outwards, and also the field of view changes. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And I have a explanation on the page, link down below, if you don't want to learn more on how I made it and stuff. So those are the 5 games I made in 1 week each. Some of them should be more polished or more done than the other ones, but yeah, they're like weird prototypes of games I had in my head, and just wanted to put them out there to see what people thought of them, and also just you should release stuff. That's important. Funny thing is that on the first game about the police officer thingy, I got a comment from some guy. I would really love to play a full game with this mechanic. So maybe sometime in the future I'm going to finish this game, but right now the scope is just too big for me alone to do this, so it's not going to happen anytime soon. So the game I am going to work on is 100-meter sprint. I just really like the simpleness of the game, where you just run on your phone and just try to get the best score. That's the game I'm going to work on now, and hopefully release it really soon. I want to release games again. Let's show you what I've done. So I'm going to show you the progress on the game right now. I hooked up Unity remote so I can use touch controls in my games on a computer. You can see in the background there's a track you run on, and there's a big ready button. It used to be that when you started running, the timer would start immediately, but I was thinking in a normal sprint race, there's a guy with a gun, and he gives the start shot when you can start running. And if you start early, you're disqualified. So you need to press ready, and then it counts down, ready, set, go, and then you need to run as fast as possible. I don't think it just really shows up as well on the screen, but I will show the phone screen as well. I hope I don't block the screen. You press ready, set, go. Okay, so I did it in 16 seconds. The thing is, at the moment, that when the finish line is somewhere in the screen, so as soon as it appears, the timer stops. I think that's the most fair way to determine it. Or maybe when some sort of line is across the screen or something. I don't know. That's where I'm at right now. Okay, it's the next day now. It's the next day because I encountered some really nasty bug. For some reason, when I ran on the screen, the speed became so high that Unity saw it as infinite. So yeah, I really didn't know how to fix it. And I know myself, it's always better to step away from your code, do something else, and come back later, because then the problem will be really easy. So I did that. I came back this morning and it was still a really nasty bug I couldn't figure out. But through some Google searches, I found out that one option may be to first normalize the vector. I tried that, didn't really work because I need the length of the vector. It doesn't really matter. It just didn't work. After that, I tried a whole bunch of stuff and now it sort of works. The only thing is that in the editor, the speed is different than it is in the build for some reason. So I still need to fix that, but at least I have a working build now. So because of that bug, I couldn't really implement some other stuff I wanted to. So that will need to wait for next week. But yeah, this will be it. If you have some questions for me, leave them in the comments down below. I will see you guys next week. Bye.